Hey, and welcome to Drunk 3PO. And like many of us, man, when I walk through the stores, I love to walk through the Star Wars toy section and see what they got. And just the other day, I picked up two. I picked up General Leia, and it was only $2.99. And I also was able to pick up the Old Man Obi-Wan, and it says here, Force Spirit. Obi-Wan Force Spirit. And this toy, I paid $1.99. So what has happened to our Star Wars toys? Well, let's take a walk together and we will find out. Ah, Star Wars. Remember the day that you couldn't wait to get your hands on the new Star Wars toy? I know I couldn't. I would constantly beg my mom and dad and just bother them over and over and say, this is what I want. This is what I want. And like many children, I had to wait till Christmas or my birthday to receive that Star Wars toy that I wanted. Man, what memories when you open that package. It was more than just getting a gift. Man, it was a moment. Let's just remember those moments real quick.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Open it.
I don't know. It was on the front porch or something. It what?
Christopher!
That's from everybody.
That's from all of us. Oh, baby. Happy cry.
Oh, that's a happy cry, sweetheart. That's from all of us.
That was a happy time. Do you remember that time? I remember that time. Man, when I would get those Star Wars toys, it was an event. Man, the whole family would come around, and yes, we'd have so much joy. And I would have Luke Skywalker battling Darth Vader, Han Solo, R2-D2, C-3PO. I wanted them all. I wanted the bounty hunters. I wanted the good guys and the bad guys. Man, getting Star Wars toys was an event. It was a major event. Star Wars toys were also so important to the movies that we know and love. If it wasn't for some of the Star Wars toys, we might not have gotten some of the movies we enjoy today. According to George Lucas and Wired, if it wasn't for the sale of toys from A New Hope, we might not have got Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. That's how important the toys were. Heck, people wanted these toys so much that they wrapped up a box and you got a certificate when the toys would come in the mail. That's how exciting these toys were. And yes, even when The Force Awakens came out, the toy sales were still on top of its game. According to Forbes magazines, the toys were ranked third. The only thing that beat Star Wars was Pokemon and Nerf. It ranked in millions. So what happened when this movie came out? A few months after the release, reports everywhere was giving astonishing news that the Star Wars toy sales have been dropping dramatically, some up to 47%. 47%. All you can do is go on YouTube, check social media, and many people have recorded the fact on how terrible Star Wars toys were selling. This one by Rodder Studios recorded that they were trying to basically give away Star Wars toys. Just give them away. Buy one, get one 50% off. And people everywhere were reporting, man, Star Wars toys in the bargain bin. Star Wars toys can't sell. They literally could not even give them away. So what happened? What happened? What happened to the beloved Star Wars and the toys that we love that nobody seemed to care about them? They seemed to care about them after the first movie, The Force Awakens. But after The Last Jedi, something terrible has happened. Hey, did you know that the #1 toy seller for The Last Jedi, when this guy got a hold of Star Wars, the #1 toy seller, guess what? It wasn't her. Nope, you would think that would be #1. It wasn't him either. Probably hopes that he would have been #1. And why not this guy? He should have been number one. What a cool character, but no. The number one Star Wars toy that was sold after The Last Jedi was this one, the Porg. The Porg was the number one selling toy out of all those amazing characters that we saw in Star Wars. Why do you think that was? Well, according to Forbes magazines, The Last Jedi gave nothing for the fans to even want to buy. In Empire Strikes Back, we saw the characters that we love in cool snow uniforms with new weaponry and new vehicles. Nothing like that for The Last Jedi. Actually, Hasbro bet money that Supreme Leader Snoke would be a great seller to topple even Darth Vader in toy sales. But once the movie came out, we realized it just didn't matter because he was a non-character. And nobody wants to buy toys of a non-character. Well, Star Wars better get it together, because not only do they have poor writing and stories and characters that we don't care about, other things began to happen to those that wanted to buy the toys. You see, after The Last Jedi, people from Lucasfilm began attacking the fans that spend money on these toys. Rian Johnson here calling us man babies. He even goes on to say, hey, we're the vast majority and we are doing just fine. Well, if you are the vast majority, then why are all the money disappearing from toy sales? How about this guy, Brian Young? He not only calls fans toxic, but he calls them misogynist and racist for not liking a movie. That's a great way to sell toys, Brian, a great way. And who can forget this one, Chuck Wendig? He called us Nazis. Do you even know what a Nazi is? And you probably shouldn't hold that axe given your mental state, but that's a great way to sell toys. And of course, there were others making fun of us.
Action figures are here.
Cool!
Are you ready to bring the adventure of the Star Wars universe into your home?
The Force is with us.
And us.
Yeah, us too!
New action, the power's in your hands.
Does your wife like toys too?
Collect them all, and the fun never stops. Awesome!
Yes, awesome. Keep making fun of us. Make fun of us, the ones that spend the money. The ones that wanted to buy your toys. The one that spent money on toys that made Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi reality. Make fun of us. And keep calling us names. You see, I'm afraid if this trend continues with Star Wars is already dead. And it probably can't recover. They need to do something quickly if they want to bring the fans back. Rian Johnson, I'm sorry, you are not the vast majority. If you were the vast majority, I wouldn't even be making this video. Star Wars fans are beginning to speak with their wallets. We don't want your identity politics. We don't want things forced at us. And number one, we don't want to be called racist, misogynist, Nazis for not liking a movie. This is why we're not buying your product. And I hope you get the message before it's too late. For in my own lifetime to see the end of something that I truly love, the end of Star Wars.